get you more on that parliamentary inquiry, go to our reporter Athi Mtongana, who's live for us in Cape Town. And Athi, you've got with you the chairperson of these proceedings.
That's correct, Timigile, and I don't want to waste any time. I want to jump straight into conversation with the chairperson, and I'd like us to start off with that issue that the Public Protector is currently arguing before the Western Cape High Court, and that being her wanting you to be recused, amongst other things that she has argued in court.
No, thank you very much. You will know that we have covered that ground. As the committee and the chairperson of the committee, we declined that recusal application, and we've set our reason in a very long response. She would have taken the matter to court because she's not happy or not satisfied. We think it's a right to go to any platform, whether it's court, where she continues to exercise her right. We're confident that the process that we have undergone, in the manner that we have handled ourselves, that the court will find in our favor, but we'll await the outcome of the court.
That's true. Judgment was reserved, just to note, for our viewers this week. Now, let's get into what she revealed this morning. This is her first day giving oral testimony, and she is the last witness. But we're starting to hear exactly what her thinking is around, insofar as some of the issues that have been dealt with by this very committee. For example, she's saying that she's never had any peace since she came into office. Those are the things, I suppose, that you as committee members will get to interrogate when you have your turn to speak and interact with the Public Protector.
Spot on. That's very true, Athi. She has a long statement that she's prepared that consists of her testimony. We're going to be patient in going through the entirety of that. Today was just the start, a kind of ice-breaking processes. At this stage, we are on a listening period. We're going to listen. I've set the tone and asked members to be very patient and absorb. And I even indicated it might not be easy. It might be hard. I don't know how the day went, but we soldier on. So at this stage, we're not commenting on the evidence. Members are going to have a time to ask their questions. Thereafter, we're going to have our own deliberations in this 9-day period. Thereafter, we're going to deliberate because we have a duty to write a report that has findings and recommendations. It is at that point that we're going to be indicating where we stand on this piece of evidence as a committee. The
issue of Phala Phala came up, wherein she says that her investigations and her 31 questions to President Cyril Ramaphosa subsequently led to her suspension. And I remember when this committee started, one of the key issues that her legal team brought to the table was the issue of her suspension to begin with.
And you know what we did and how we responded on that? Our attitude is that the suspension is outside of the mandate of this committee. Here's the separation of powers. It's done by the president, by the executive. We are a parliament, National Assembly. We have a role to play which is separate from that. We indicated whether she was suspended or not suspended, it was never going to affect the work of this committee. And so her presentation on the Phala Phala will not get into that space. It's not part of the motion that we're dealing with.
Right. Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time. Motile Kyanki, the chairperson of the Section 194 committee, saying, number one, they've already dealt with the issue that is currently before the Western Cape High Court, wherein this week the Western Cape High Court reserved judgment in the matter where the Public Protector is asking for the recusal of the chairperson, Motile Kyanki. And you would recall that she also raised issues of bias and a conflict of interest with regards to DA MP Kevin Kevin Mileham, who is the husband to Natasha Mazone, the former chief whip of the DA, that tabled the motion that has subsequently led Mkhwebane before this impeachment inquiry. She is going to continue with her oral testimony tomorrow, and the committee has actually set down about 9 days for engaging and interacting with Advocate Mkhwebane. So we're expecting to hear more from her tomorrow. Timbekile.
Athi Mtongana, thank you very much for that update from Cape.